It's Turbo Turnup time. The Black Tiger Miner live cast is starting now. It's Turbo Turnup time. The Black Tiger Miner live cast is starting now. It's Turbo Turnup time. The Black Tiger Miner live cast is starting now.
Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. And today we're talking about Turbo and the Turbo turn up time. People have been asking me why I haven't been making Turbo videos or why there's not that many Turbo videos. So Turbo's been down. And I haven't been making videos because nobody's really watching a lot. So I don't know. I'm getting more momentum on other projects. And as Turbo goes down, right, people generally don't look at projects that aren't pumping like crazy. They jump from pump to pump. But I'm still here, still supporting the project. But as it's Father's Day weekend, happy Father's Day, everyone. And shout out to all the fathers. My dad always told me support those who support you, right? And kind of wavering support for Turbo. So I haven't been making a lot of videos. Just that simple. Much as I would love to keep making videos, but doesn't seem like people are like sharing and subscribing to the Turbo videos, which is cool, right? Because I can make videos. I don't really have a problem with it. But if nobody's watching it and nobody's like sharing and subscribing, there really is not a lot of reason to make a lot of Turbo videos. I mean, if there was a bigger push for people with the Turbo videos, it's all the way live. But if nobody's going to share the videos, what's the reason for me to make a lot of Turbo videos? And Turbo is down now, which is a very good time to pick it up, right? You want to get it while it's down so you can ride it back up. And I told you in the beginning, I'm going to ride Turbo all the way to zero if it goes to zero, or if it pumps back up, right? We're going to ride it all the way back up. But Turbo has the first user advantage, right? It's the first AI generated meme coin. So it will pump back up, guys. It's just a matter of time. And I know a lot of people are new to crypto and they're looking for that 3000x, 6000x, or 100x, but that always doesn't happen. You got a diamond hand and hold on. Just like it took Bitcoin a long time to get to 110,000. And a lot of people just started watching cryptos like, oh man, Bitcoin went from 20,000 to 110,000. No, it didn't. Bitcoin was a long process and a slow process, and it slowly got up to where it is. So it's not that it exploded, it's a slow process. Investing is a slow process. I think Warren Buffett said it. Um, the people, what is it? The people that lack patience are the ones that don't make profit in investing, right? The people that give up, the people that come in looking for that 600x overnight, that 500x overnight are the ones who lose their money. The long-term holders are the ones who benefit from investing. And a lot of people looking at it as the bull run should have started. We should be in altcoin season, or altcoin season should already be in full effect. It doesn't matter, right? You got to wait. Whenever it happens, it happens. With the social economic things going on, the things in other countries, the conflicts, the things in our own country with political unrest and change, it's going to take time, right? There's going to have to be, I guess, a leveled set, and then things will start to pump. But until then, you just got to wait it out. There's no way to speed it up, rush it, work at your own time, because a lot of people are ready for the me, and nobody wants to wait anymore. Everybody wants to do it now and be done with it and take off. But a lot of times there is a waiting process, right? You got to wait. Just like in the Bible, the Israelites, once they were freed, they had to wait 40 years. And people don't even want to wait a couple months, right? It's weird. But there is a process. You got to wait. There is no way to rush it, no way to speed it up. If you want to make it, or if you want to accumulate wealth, you have to wait. All right. There's no, well, there's shortcuts, but I don't know if you want to do that. But for the most part, you just got to wait it out, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, toads and tadpoles. Let me turn the spotlight on. So we're definitely still bullish on the Turbo Toad token, but I think a lot of people are losing their patience. Which is good with me because we'll pick it up when you drop it, right? We'll pick it up at a lower price and ride it uh, all the way back up. And people will be mad because they got out too early. Or the people who like Bitcoin that sold their Bitcoin at $10 or $100, and now look at Bitcoin now. So all that said, I'm just saying it's a slow process. You guys have to be patient. Don't forget to sign up for the BTM Crypto News Network. And I want to thank all you guys that are been with the Crypto News work or been with BTM or been following me with Turbo for seems like forever, right? We've been in this for years or months or decades or centuries. I'm just playing. No, we've definitely been here at least for 2023, maybe 2024. So at least a couple of years, but it's been a slow process. And as Turbo is coming back down, it creates a new opportunity for anyone that is patient and willing to wait it out. A lot of people want to be successful overnight, be millionaires overnight, and it doesn't happen that way. You got to wait it out. So this is Crypto PBS. Going to Twitter. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and super chat. I literally have not gotten any super chats from Turbo for months, right? Not at all. And other projects are still super chatting every time I make a video. So I mean, again, it comes back to support those who support you. I mean, if you want to more videos, bring more support. But either way it go, we're still here. We're still Turbo Token, the Turbo Toad Warriors, the Turbo Toad Turn Up. Let's go. So this is Make Peace Not War. Shout out to Crypto PBS. And you know the people who've been here for a while, right? These are the ones that are gonna reap the reward. Where a lot of people jump in and jump out and disappear and come back and make a couple of videos and never be heard from again, or jump in and take their profit and run. It's kind of up to you guys, whatever you want to do and whatever you think will help, right? I'm not here for financial advice. I'm just here to let you guys know if it is in the cards. I mean, I'm here, right? If it's not in the cards for you, do your thing, right? I don't really care either way what you guys do. I'm just here to help you out along this crypto journey. And so far, it's been pretty good. So I want to thank everyone that's been here, everyone with the Turbo Toad community, all the people that have put your main man BTM on and help pushing the Turbo project in the BTM Crypto News Network. Right? Don't worry about the kid. We gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be fine. It's up to what you guys want to do. But either way, let's get to it. Right, enough ranting and raving. Let's get to the numbers. The sun is rising, and the world is full of hope and promise for those who seek it. This is our turbo signal to load the toad. So many great things are happening with Turbo Toad token. Believe deeply and embrace its force. I like the Star Wars Turbo, right? I told you guys I always like the Jedi. So shout out to Seth Jackson. This is Aaron, the Amphibian Times meme of the year 2025. The moon is not enough. Said again, Turbo is so powerful that Friday the 13th is canceled. Jason is off to fill up his bags with Turbo Toad token meme coins. Now all Jason wants is to go to the moon and to hold Turbo. So shout out to Sid and all the real Turbo Toad warriors. I know there's a lot of fake Turbo Toad warriors out there. A lot of people that just jump in and jump out and make a lot of noise, but really ain't doing a whole lot. I mean, they'll shake out, right? I'm not even worried about it. So I'm not even arguing or concerned much, right? The people that aren't here for the right reasons will shake themselves out. So there's no worries there. But as always, gonna keep it pushing. This is Stitching Wealth one thread at a time. Celebrate National Sewing Machine Day by weaving turbo into your portfolio. This meme coin needle is sharp, sewing up gains faster than a vintage singer. And my mom actually had an old school singer. So shout out to those guys and that consistency. This is the altcoin cup. And I didn't even see this one. This is the new altcoin. It looks like we beat out, I guess this is Baby Dodge. I'm just looking over this. I remember when Pepe used to be killing it. Pepe didn't even get out the first round. Dodge made it to pretty deep. Brett didn't get past the first round. Popcat didn't even pass the first round. Looks like we took out Dog with a Hat and I don't remember what this is. And Mudan. Yeah. Fluke didn't even get out the second round, which is weird. I remember when the Fluke guys were crazy, right? We're all over the place. I guess time will tell. Just the meme coin market as a general is not pushing the way it was. But they'll be back because when retail investors see it and they see meme coins, they see that they're cheap and they're easy to get into and understand. So that is the biggest driving force behind meme coins. Sexy Turbo X Tangent wallet is here. Secure, ultra secure, credit card size, no batteries, no cables, just tap the smartphone. Crypto anytime, anywhere it comes. And I'm definitely a fan of Tangent. I have my own Tangent wallet, and Tangent is pretty cool because you just tap it on your phone and you don't have to worry about people being able to access your tokens or passcodes or a lot of other stuff you get with cold wallet and cold storage. Tangent's easy to use and makes a lot of sense. At 9 a.m., Turbo is dodging meteors and yelling, I'm late to judge the Moon's Got Talent show. So shout out to these guys as well. The greatest discipline is control. It's still heart in the storm. The waterfall crashes. Turbo doesn't flinch. The young toad glimpses peace in the chaos. So shout out to the Turbo main page. And I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but there's been a lot of changes in the project. So just trying to wait for everything to settle down and for these guys to start to push back up. Just waiting on a lot of updates and new, what is that? New partnerships and projects. We're going crazy for a minute. A couple people left. It kind of slowed down, and it appears things are picking back up. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. No, I haven't been posted on the Turbo main page in a while, so I'm not sure what's going on there. These guys are pretty concise about posting on the page. So I don't know. Let me know. You guys can check it out. Let me know what you think or see what these guys think. But in the interim, we will continue to support the Toad. Turbo turn up time. You can see here Turbo is down 9.5%. Let's see if we can get a little closer. You can actually see that. Uniswap's down 4%. Ethereum, which is kind of the tide that rises the waves and raises all the ships, is down 6.9%. Come on, Ethereum. But you can see the market as a whole is down. Things that are happening outside of the crypto world is affecting the market. So it's not the actual project. It is things that are happening in general. Width is down 10%. Brett's down 12.2%. Prime's down 9%. Putty Penguin's down 6.8. Renders down 9. Blue Dance down 13. Mr. Miggles is down 10. Only thing up today really is Aerodrome Finance of 22 and ZBCN. Keep an eye on the things that are up when everything else is red. AI Tech is down 18.4. I should have waited to get that actually. Casper's down 7. Mog's down 9. Gala's down 7. Dog with a Hat's down 10. Brett is down 12. Baby Dodge is down 7. I was right. There's Baby Dodge. ICP is down 9. You know, this guy, the ICP guy is probably beating his head against the wall. Peanuts down 10. Cardano 80K ADA is down 6. XPX is down 11. HBAR is down 7. Bears down 8. Hondo's down 7. Artam is down 9. Chrono is down 6. Quant's down 8.6. Ingest is down 10. Let me see if we can close this out. Toshi's down 3.6. I didn't actually put up coin market. What is that? Coin ranking. And actually missed that earlier. So this is coin ranking. We'll go to categories. We'll go to memes. Wow, even the meme category is down to 36. So this is memes. Where's Turbo? Turbo's holding. Actually, Turbo's fell a little bit. It's down to 18,256.1 mil won market cap. Chims is 266. Popcat is 300 million. B, which is here because it's just B and B, 345.8 million. Mod coin is 364. Dog to the moon is 375. Brett is 445. Putty Penguin is 617 mil won? You got to be kidding me. Fluke is 758.6 million. Bonk is 1.1 billion. What? Farcoin's 1.1. XPX 6900 is 1.3. Wow, Trump coin is almost at a 2 billion market cap. Pepe is 5.9. SHIB is 7 billion, and Dogecoin is 26.5 billion. I wonder if official Trump didn't come out, would Turbo be in this number 4 spot at 1.9 billion, or at least at this 1.7 billion for Fartcoin? Be kind of interesting. Anxious to see how that plays out. So going over to the Aurora Turbo, looks like we have 82 total accounts, 170 transfers. 3,600 total transactions. Something changed here. Total addresses is 336. I remember when it was 313. I remember it was actually 290. Total tokens is 48. Total blocks is 18.7 million. Remember when this was like 5 million. So things are still moving on the Turbo Toad swap in the Turbo Toad blockchain. It's just people aren't really talking about it. Total transactions is 3,677. Total contracts is 158. I remember when this was like 30 something. Total verified. I remember when that was 5. There's 36 total verified contracts. We did mention that we were checking with these guys to see if they were having a way to let the community verify it, but I have not heard back from them. So currently, this is Turbo's at 55,589 total addresses. You can see here in the last hour, like, last 4 hours, it added 11 holders. Last 12 hours had 18 holders. Last day, it lost 31 holders. 3 days were 24 holders. 7 days, 198. 14 days, 380. Remember that 380. 30 days, 781. So they're still adding addresses. It's just this that kind of stung. We lost 51 holders yesterday. 56 actually, but you can see here people have been selling or moving to other projects. So it's probably what happening to the price action as well. So let me know what you guys think about that. This is the Turbo Burn address. And there, burn is, I'm looking at this right, 12,629.2 Ethereum, which total value is 32.2 million. Double checking, that's millions. But yeah, at a price of 2,553 Ethereum, and I think the Ethereum has went up. So this is currently Turbo is up 0.82% to 44.9 million market cap. Down 8% on the day, 7% on the week, 32.7% on the month. Still up 60% in the last 90 days, and down 19.6 for the year. So now would be a time to pick it up. Not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. So this is the 4-hour chart. You can see we are building 3 red candles on the 4-hour, trying to get back to the 003. Looks like the RSI base moving average is in the 30s, and the regular RSI is coming up. We're losing volume and looking to cross to start building that volume on the MAC. 1-hour chart has a couple of green candles. RSI is coming way up to 51. RSI base moving average is flat. We have building some volume and had a MACD cross. So things are progressing. Skip the 45-minute on to the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart showing the RSI is 64. RSI base moving average is 59, and we have been building volume on that 15-minute. When we took the 5-minute chart, 5-minute chart had a MACD cross. We're losing volume. RSI based moving averages in the 60s, and the RSI is coming up as well. Let's zoom in a little bit here. So this is the 003 we below, and we were here. What is this? At the 006, trying to get to the 007. We come back 4-hour chart. So we were here Sunday. May. And see, we've been up and down, and we finally dipped down. But this isn't due to the uh, coin. This is actually due to political conditions, right? Everything else that's going on. How are you doing today? Zbic reached out to Martin Luther on a live a few minutes ago and invited him to an event to do more songs. You can see it in his YouTube channel. No worries, Ali. Yeah, I'm gonna do a first off, this guy's name is Martin Lucas. Martine Lucas, actually. But yeah, I was gonna do a Zbeck video later. This is just going through the Turbo token. So we'll swing back to that probably sometimes afternoon. And this is, I guess we'll go to the videos a little bit early today. So this is Ro. Let's see what Ro has to say as well. Yeah, no worries, Ali, no problem. I know what you're talking about. Kind of got me for a second. I was like, Martin Luther, what the? But no, it's no problem, bro. Yeah, probably check back, um, maybe like 2 o'clock. Yeah, probably around 2:30. We'll do a Z-Bet follow up. But yeah, let's jump to see what Ro has to say about Turbo.
Accumulating if your bag isn't there already. Me personally, I have a pretty big bag of turbo, so I'm not buying. But what I am doing is I'm sitting on the sidelines. Not making a decision is also making a decision. If you decide to sell, that's you making a choice. If you decide to buy, you're making a choice. And if you decide to just hold on and just wait until the markets kind of pick back up again, that's you also making a choice. Listen, if you guys are new around here, my name is Ro. We talk about crypto every single day, and I try to help you guys make the next 10, 20, 50, or even 100x in this cycle. Guys, here's the crazy part. I've been in crypto since 2017. I've learned a lot of things, lost a lot of money, but also made a lot of money. So if I can help you guys avoid the mistakes that I did, then hey, I'm here all for that. Listen, none of this is financial advice on this channel, but let's get into today's video where first and foremost, you guys know the drill. We like to start off by reviewing coin market cap down 24% in the year. In the last 24 hours, guys, down 8.28%. And let's actually ask AI why that is. Because if you didn't know, coin market cap actually has a pretty cool feature where it tells you why Turbo's price might be down. Well, here's what I say in conclusion, right? Turbo's decline reflects sector-wide risk-off moves combined with technical resistance and liquidity challenges inherent to meme coins. With the fear and greed index sitting at 61, could this dip attract contrarian buyers seeking oversold altcoin opportunities? Now, that's actually pretty detailed, right? Because CoinMarketCap, they never had that before. But obviously, it's going to help a lot of new investors kind of figure out why the price of it might be up or why it might be down. And I'm sure, guys, if it was specific to one single meme coin, let's say like, Elon Musk was tweeting about it, I'm sure AI would cover that as well. But overall, he's basically saying he or she, they, them, whatever this AI is more or less saying the same thing that we've all been thinking, right? The overall crypto market is down right now. You can see here, we're sitting at 61 greed in the fear and greed index. Bitcoin just shy of 106,000. I really wanted to hold that level. That is going to be very, very important. Ethereum hovering around that $2,600 range, which is a good sign because I'm telling you guys, right? A lot of this bull run, how high these meme coins go is all dependent upon how well Ethereum does. Now, I honestly thought, guys, Ethereum was about to break out and go crazy yesterday, but obviously things went a little different, right? Things went kind of sideways. But the crazy part is, guys, big institutions are accumulating. If you didn't know, there was a post that came out that BlackRock during this dip, they have been accumulating. Guys, listen, this could all just be market manipulation. They don't want to send the crypto markets just yet. They're not done packing their bags. So they are manipulating the markets right now to get to where they want to be so they can load up. And I'm telling you guys, I feel like Ethereum is itching to break out. Ethereum wants to break out, break past that $3,000 mark, However, the price right now is just being suppressed. And the craziest part is, right, as these big institutions buy, majority of their buys are coming OTC. They're buying over the counter, so it's not really affecting the price at all. Whereas you and I, if we were to buy, you know, a couple $100 million worth of Ethereum, it's probably going to have a major price impact on the crypto markets, which is why it's kind of unfortunate that OTC does exist. But hey, at the end of the day, guys, the people who have a lot of money, they get rich privilege, right? Here's the thing, guys. One thing I do want to say is with opportunities or with the meme coin market being pretty up in the air, there's always opportunities that might be dropping left and right. So if you guys want to participate in my buy and sell calls, you want to know exactly what cryptos I get into, what projects I get in and out of, make sure you guys check out the meme coin master. You get access to my buy and sell calls. You also get to be a part of the active trading community. All investors who are all after the same goal. Check it out. Link is down below. Now, a meme coin made by AI for the people, contract for no taxes. You guys already know, right? Huge partnerships, huge collaborations. First AI generated meme coin came out with Turbo Swap, came out with Turbo Chain. A percentage of Turbo gets burnt every time a swap is made on Turbo Swap. Over 125 exchange listings. Literally, this list does not stop, and it's only going to continue to grow. Now, in terms of where we're sitting at right now, guys, you can see here we're sitting at that support area. Looks like a candle did come down below it. I don't think this candle will be there for too long. I do expect the markets to recover. However, as we are approaching the weekend, you might want to keep your eyes on the market. You might want to keep your eyes to see how the market plays out. Hopefully, guys, this wick is just that, right? It's a wick and it closes in that support area at the 204 area. Obviously, this is all dependent upon how Bitcoin and Ethereum react. If they do well, then meme coins are going to do well, right? But if Bitcoin gets hammered more, that means Ethereum is going to get hammered more. That means altcoins and meme coins are going to get hammered more. Now, in the macroeconomic factor, I think there was like some rumors about another war that's starting up between Israel and Iran. I'm not 100% sure. I do know, everything with Trump, he was trying to clear the air with President Xi, with Elon Musk. Let's actually take a look if anything new has come out from this. Okay, so there was an attack in the US. Looks like him and Elon are decent again. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything from Trump's side that was crazy. Unless I'm wrong, let me know down below. I could be. All I know is that BlackRock has been accumulating Ethereum. I know that tariff talks have kind of simmered down a little bit. I know that Trump is pushing for a Fed rate cut to happen as well. Hopefully that does happen. But if we need that rate cut to happen, that also means there has to be something crazy that also happens as well. So I don't really know how that's going to play out. Again, guys, I don't have a crystal ball, but we'll just have to sit back and watch and kind of just enjoy the ride. Now, Turbo began as the first meme coin created by AI. Now, thanks to open format, we're training a shared intelligence layer that listens to our community, learns who adds values, and rewards them with soulbound kudos on Turbo Chain. Here's what's happening. Helpful answers, killer memes and builds, AI reward daily kudos. What can you do with the kudos? You could join Turbo Discord or Telegram to find out. That sounds pretty cool. So this is exactly why I'm saying if you guys hold Turbo, go out there and talk about it, make posts about it, do your due diligence, guys, because Turbo is only going to go as high as you want it to go. Turbo 1 day chart. Here I have two charts, one dating back to November 23 and the other current day. Very interesting how similar both charts are. Here's what I'm seeing. Moving averages, yellow line, the 50 looking to cross the 200 SMA. Every time these averages cross, an explosion in price occurs. It is getting really close to a cross. Inverted head and shoulders as well. This is a bullish pattern, which leads to a reversal in the price. We've been on a downtrend since early May and an RSI break. Turbo finally broke out after many touch points on the RSI gaining momentum and strength. It will not be long until Turbo reaches 1 penny. Now, the biggest thing here is this RSI break from this downwards momentum. Hopefully, right, we bounce off that support area and then towards the upside. That would be ideal. Turbo relevant support at 2038. A sustained break below this would suggest that the correction to the downside is still unfolding. Not a reliable setup. The chart has formed only 3 waves from the lows. Now, obviously, guys, there's a lot of people out there that are a lot better than me at TA. I'm not a TA guy by any stretch of the imagination. All I do is support and resistance. Turbo dropped last week. This is super cool, right? A pretty cool collaboration with Pixelverse. You see Brett, Toshi, and Turbo over on here. Turbo, in my opinion, blue chip meme coin. Listen, guys, but with that being said, as far as I can see right now, the markets are hard to be in. Trust me, I do this full time. And even today, I was like, wow, it's really hard to post because there isn't really much to talk about. And you guys know me, I get turbo daily uploads, but I'm obviously here for the long run, guys. I still do believe the bull market is going to peak towards the latter half of this year. So if you guys still have not gotten your turbo bag to where it needs to be, this might be a time to accumulate. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. God bless you guys. Jesus loves you. Take care and peace out.
So shout out to Ro for continuously posting the turbo, probably the hardest working man in the turbo toe community. It's turbo turn up. Let's go. So this is crypto now and never. Let's see what he's saying for turbo next move. My main man, trading sniper. And I guess we'll roll. Actually, wait a minute. Try to do them in order. We'll do wealth hub management first and then end with trading sniper. Let me come back and check to see what we can see if anybody else is posting. And if you notice, when turbo's down, not a lot of people are talking about it. As soon as turbo jumps, oh wow, Rose got a new video out. As soon as turbo jumps anything, all of a sudden everybody and their mom's making turbo videos. Just want to point that out as well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. So,
By some of the chaos.
and Turbo Token Warriors. So see, that was, well, actually, that's really weird. 30 minutes ago. Let me see here. I don't know why it does that. So we'll have this guy and then row again, I suspect. Let's see what Crypto Now or Never has to say.
Enjoy this style of content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, none of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream.
Turbo has actually had a decent little bounce over the last couple days. It bounced up about 27% from the bottom of this pullback. Now, I understand that there are some projects that are outperforming Turbo right now, but I want to point out that Turbo pumped 381% from the lows. So if you actually put things in perspective, Turbo is still performing very well right now compared to a lot of the market. But one of the biggest reasons that Turbo is getting a bounce is because of Ethereum. And if you look at Ethereum right now, we look phenomenal. Ethereum had a very strong breakout from this bull flag, and we have clearly gotten back above the 200-day moving average. This was a very important level for us to reclaim. You can see that we got rejected off of that level many different times. So as of right now, the main thing that I'm watching is to see if we get a continuation candle or if we come back down and have a retest off of this level again. Both of those scenarios could be bullish for Turbo. A bullish retest would not be bad at all. It'd be a support and resistance flip. Regardless of what happens though, Ethereum looks much better right now than it did before. And if you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is also pushing very hard. It's up to 108,700. And just earlier today, it pushed up to 110,500. But it has had a little bit of a pullback, which is to be expected. But one of the biggest reasons that I think Bitcoin looks great right now is the monthly time frame. If you look at the stochastics, they still have juice to keep going, and we have had two very strong closes in a row. In fact, the previous candle was the highest close that we have ever had. So it won't be shocking at all if June is a continuation candle. And the reason that I think it won't be shocking as well is because of M2 global liquidity. And I point this out all the time, but it's very important to understand. M2 global liquidity has been breaking out since January, and it is still breaking out right now. And there's also a possibility that we continue to see M2 global liquidity rip for months. Now, is that guaranteed? No, it's not. But if it does, then that could be excellent for the crypto market. As you guys know at this point, because I've showed it in pretty much every single video, M2 global liquidity usually front runs breakouts. You can see it's happened pretty much every single time, and it's already happening again. We've already put in new all-time highs, but I would not be shocked at all if we go higher. And obviously, the better that Bitcoin and Ethereum perform, the better that a project like Turbo is going to perform. What I do want to point out is Turbo on CoinMarketCap. So you can see that Turbo's volume still has not really had much of a spike. It's at 57 million. It's actually down 16% in the last day. And if you look at where most of the volume is coming from, HTX actually has almost 30%. That's actually crazy to see. Binance only has 10.6% and Coinbase only has 2.5%. So HTX is doing very well. But other than HTX, the volume is pretty well spread out. But if you compare Turbo to a lot of other meme coins in terms of volume, it doesn't look bad right now. For example, you can see right here, Turbo's 57 million, Mew is 40 million, Popcat 72 million, Mog is 43 million, Dog is 13 million, ApeCoin's 42 million, Bread on Base is 50 million. So you can see that Turbo's competitive with pretty much all of these projects. And when Turbo was having that initial breakout that I was showing you guys, where it spiked up about 380%, it had over 700 million volume. So it is definitely capable of having huge volume spikes. But those of you guys who are a little bit worried about the volume right now, don't be. Turbo is still very competitive with the projects in the same market cap range. Now, there hasn't really been any major news with Turbo though when you look at their X account since my last video. You can see they're up to 112,000 followers. But they're really just continuing to post on here every day. They did get posted by Topper on June 10th. But ultimately, they're keeping their community engaged, which is very important. As you guys know, community is the #1 most important aspect in crypto. And I'm not even just talking about meme coins, that also includes utility coins. Community is what is going to build hype around a project. And community is the one thing in a project that you cannot buy. Community is built over time. Just like this post right here that Binance posted on June 10th. The community is all that matters. And as of lately, Binance has stayed pretty true to that. They changed the game when they listed Turbo and Nero CTO. Community is extremely important, and Turbo has an excellent community. But that's about it for the update today. In general, the market looks so much better than it did previously. Even if we have a little bit of a pullback in the short term, it's very bullish to see that we are back above the 200-day for Ethereum. But if you guys are interested in joining a like-minded community and getting into projects super early like Turbo, then I always recommend taking a look at my Discord. We've been printing in here this entire bull run. You can see on the all-time gainer list, we have nailed some massive gains. But if you look at the crypto gain section, we're printing pretty much every single day. You can see right here, my boy Joey nailed his first ever 100x project a few days ago. So if this is the kind of community that you'd like to be a part of, you can find the link right here on my YouTube homepage. I'd love to see you guys in here. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, how are you guys feeling about Turbo? If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.
Ripple and XRP, of course, continue to be in the
So shout out to Crypto Now and Never. Moving on, this is Wealth Hub Management. See what he has to say.
Today we've seen a Bitcoin falling, we've seen Ethereum falling, we've seen almost every coin in the crypto market falling within just the past 24 hours. So today we're going to be taking a look at why that's happening, how that's affecting Turbo, and what we could be seeing with Turbo upcoming. So before we do start with the video, do make sure to hit the thumbs up button and drop a comment down below on what you think about Turbo, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So let's get right into the video and head over to our screen. So we're over at our screen looking at Turbo down 16% in just the past 24 hours. Again, that is a huge number. So weekly, it is down about 7%. It did go higher throughout the week, but again, this drop is absolutely crazy. And if we take a look at the new AI that CoinMarketCap has introduced, we could take a look at why Turbo's price is down today. TLDR, Turbo 16.3% 24-hour drop reflects broader crypto weaknesses, technical breakdown, and fading social momentum. So we could see wide market sell-off. Crypto market cap fell 5.9% as Bitcoin dominance rose to 63.8. So let's check out what the rest of the market is doing. Bitcoin down for almost 5%, Ethereum down 10%, XRP 7, BNB almost 4, Solana 10%. Almost every coin is red today, and by also huge numbers as well. So global crypto market cap has also gone down about 5.5%, really huge. We could see technical breakdown, price broke below the key 0.2036 Fibonacci support, and that we are going to be looking at on the chart as well. And even if we look at what the market is looking like, the crypto market lost $189 billion in just the past 24 hours, and that is billions of dollars wiped off from the market. And that basically happens every now and then, and it is basically happening now as Bitcoin dominance is climbing to 63.8 versus 63.2 yesterday. So this rotation of Bitcoin often reassures altcoins like Turbo, particularly meme coins, lack an immediate catalyst. The coin market cap altcoin season index is at 26, so that is pretty weak. Technical context, it did break below the support break, and the oversold signals also priced traded below the 50-day SMA. So almost everything is not doing too great with Bitcoin right now. And if we take a look at what the chart that we have been taking a look at in yesterday's video as well, I we did take a look at. I wouldn't be surprised that if it goes to the low of this kind of range that we were taking a look at, because again, it did break below this range and it did go up, which was kind of a fake jump back, but it did enter the zone pretty decently, and it is now still in this range, continue to and it could very much so go down to the $200 million market cap range, currently sitting at about 243. So could go down to the bottom of this range in the upcoming future as well. And even with that, it wouldn't be it wouldn't be something crazy for a turbo, because it is still playing out that pattern that it's supposed to be. It's regular support and resistance levels, and that absolutely happens in almost every cryptocurrency that you will see, and turbo is just a part of it. And just even it's not even just turbo, most of the biggest meme coins, again, if Bitcoin is falling, that's billions of dollars market cap wiped off, and that is absolutely huge. In And we could even see the chart looks very very similar. So turbo is just kind of following the market pattern right now. It's not that turbo is the only thing going down, it's the most of the market. If we look at what the community is saying, 91% is still bullish. Easy buying opportunity. I'm bullish on turbo. Once again, a turbo give all people a chance to enter in a low price under 0.204 USDT. But this is the last chance. Soon this price will be a dream for all of us. And we could see at the moment I was waiting, DCA, let's go. So a lot of people are actually happy that this is happening because they could get another opportunity to buy in, to get in if they didn't get in at earlier good prices. So again, a lot of people are using these prices as their advantage in buying in to see to even lower their average. And again, do make sure to do your own research first. This is by no means financial advice, but these are pretty good opportunities to take advantage of. And it's not that you should buy right now, you should kind of do DCA, basically kind of averaging it out a pretty decent buying a rate. So that is what some people are taking advantage of right now as turbo is going down. And that was about it for this video, guys. In this video we did take another look at what turbo has been doing, and I know it is down by a lot, but it is most of the market right now. It's not just turbo, it's following market trend, and it happens every now and then. And we just have to deal with it, and it will be back up stronger than ever very soon. So if you did enjoy the video, hit the
So shout out to Wealth Hub Management. And like he says, it'll come back, guys. It's not over, right? The market as a whole is down, right? It's not no specific thing. Everything is down. Wait, dang it. I thought I had the bubbles up. But yeah, let's see what trading sniper has to say. Even trading sniper is going through it. So let's see what's going on with him and be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, we got some news, not directly from Turbo, but some global news that I will be mentioning in this video, and we will be doing a general video about this in another video. But look, we have to talk about it, right? Because this is relevant for the whole markets, and obviously it is just bigger than the markets. We can see that 335 million have been liquidated from the market, from the crypto market in the past 60 minutes after Israel launches strikes on Iran. Now, that is the main thing, right? You can see this was like 4 hours ago as of recording. But ladies and gentlemen, you know, this type of stuff, this is that 1% news that I talk about where I say, 99% of news, I do not care. Okay. Tariff this, tariff that, whatever. I just knew it's a game of chess. But this is a little different because when you kind of nuke somebody, not necessarily nuke, but when you strike missiles and you kill a lot of government officials, um, there is no going back, right? This is not like a game of chess at that point. Maybe in an even bigger picture for these elites, it is, But at this point, it gets kind of serious. And this is the 1% news that that does really affect the markets. And obviously, it's beyond the markets, it's people's lives at stake and everything. And this is something that could potentially lead to even World War III, which obviously is not ideal for anybody in terms of lives. Uh, you know, and of course, obviously not in terms of crypto, and of course, obviously not in terms of turbo, right? I just had to say it out, like, out there. But yeah, like this is pretty big. So we didn't get any news from Turbo themselves, but we did get some very, very big global news, which obviously caused the markets to absolutely tank. I mean, we can see Bitcoin just shot down thousands of dollars after this news has come out. Now we did know Bitcoin was, selling off, and it did plan on selling off until roughly 104,000. That's because that's where there was a relevant gap. But still, right? Still, this doesn't take away the fact that there are very big global events happening that do impact the markets extremely heavily. And we can see Turbo, I mean, Bitcoin took a dip. So obviously, something like Turbo is going to take a very, very big dip. We did see kind of, weak price action over the last few days, but, you know, um, still, regardless, right? We obviously want a stronger price action. We did technically create a higher high, right? We had this high over here. We created a higher high. So technically there was a potential change of structure as long as we closed, somewhere where over here, right, to create a higher low. But this war, you know, is happening, right? I do believe from what I know, Iran is going to be retaliating and attacking Israel back. Now, I'm not here to say who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. I'm just here to report, you know, what's happening, right? If something's going to be affecting the markets, if something's going to be affecting Turbo, if something's going to be affecting crypto, Bitcoin, I got to talk about it. So, yeah, I mean, this is when there's more uncertainty in the markets. Obviously, there's going to be more uncertainty surrounding Turbo because, people are going to panic. Investors are going to, start to cash out. Now, when it comes to actual structure technical analysis, we're still on track. We're still on track to being fine. But obviously, you got to put like an asterisk beside it because there's the possibility of a war, a World War III. And at this point, at that point, something like technical analysis on meme coins doesn't really hold the most emphasis. It still does, of course, but I mean, not that much because if the world is going to go to crap, then, you know, at that point, it doesn't really, really matter. But look, we're not going to cause too much fear, but we do have to say what is out there currently, right? When we go on to the indicators and we go to the MA cross with our custom settings, ladies and gentlemen, we can see when we go to something like the daily, right? We are still under the green line. When we're under the green line, that means we are still bearish. We see when we went over the green line, that is when we were bullish technically until we dropped in May. Now we did find out the clues already earlier, right? We did, right? We found them practically at the 12th of May, which is why I don't really like using indicators too often. But this is just something so people that don't understand what I'm saying, right? In terms of certain candles and certain references and certain terminology, right? You guys just see the lines, you follow the lines. It's much easier this way. Now, I will say I am still obviously optimistic on Turbo long term. This war is definitely a wrench into everything, right? Because we don't know how badly it's going to escalate, which is why we have to watch out. We can even see, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cover this more in a different video. Something like gold shot up like crazy, right? Gold shot up like crazy. The markets have dumped kind of like crazy. I don't think this is going to necessarily be an April type of move where it's going to just crash, because I do believe, you know, the market makers, the people that are behind, Wall Street, the ones that control all of this, they don't want it to escalate that much. People would rather always see their money get pumped up. But look, in terms of Turbo, right, we are still at the big support, which is what we don't want to drop. We don't want to drop this big support. Now, before I get into talking about the support, I do want to say, ladies and gentlemen, right? I was supposed to yesterday create another turbo video in the afternoon, but I was feeling unwell. So that's why there's only even 2 videos that day. And that's why there was no stream because I was absolutely out of it, some kind of bug. But we are back in action. Now, before we continue with the rest of the technical analysis, ladies and gentlemen, we can see that, we are at 165 rank, 0.0035 price, 247 million market cap, 62 million in volume. If we go look, right, why is turbo price dropping? Some people are saying, I've never seen this before. With whale outcomes, could coordinated accumulation near 0.0035 support spark a reversal? Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. I just kind of skipped the conclusion because we don't need all the stuff, that we're looking at. But absolutely, right? I do believe we will be holding the support. In terms of holders, we actually have dropped off a little bit. As currently, we are the same as Thursday, but on Wednesday, we did have a little bit more. But yeah, this is the next big thing, is holding this big support. Now, here's the thing, right? I do believe we will hold this support. Yes, I know there's that war asterisk, but this is a time where this is the time where millionaires are made. This is a time where people that are okay with, risk, they're okay with all the fear surrounding the markets. This is where people make the most. This is where they see opportunity. In terms of pure technical analysis standpoint, right now, practically buying is going to be some of the most optimal buys. Now, obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, but just from a technical analysis standpoint, I mean, look at where we're at. We're at a very, very huge support and resistance, right? The biggest support and resistance Turbo has, and debatably the biggest support Turbo will ever have. So yeah, we do need to rely on this holding. We could take that calculated gamble of dollar cost averaging, even with this war happening. So, you have to make that choice yourself. I know what I'm gonna be doing. I know what I've already done and what I'm gonna continue to do. But everyone has their own plan. Everyone has their own risk tolerance. I still believe, mainly in July to September, we will be having the big, very, very big pumps. Now, unfortunately, right, we covered in the last video, we are not really following the global liquidity to a T anymore, right? We were really, really accurate with it. And now we kind of have fallen off, which is a little annoying. The key points of the top and the bottom were still in check, but all the micro moves of where we could potentially be peaking have not been that valid, right? They really haven't, which is unfortunate because this was almost like a cheat code. I still do rely on technical analysis. I still rely on on certain fundamentals that I'm ultimately looking at, right, to determine whether or not we will be reversing, whether or not, it's a good time to buy. And yeah, look, um, I'm still super high on Turbo. I still believe we will be reaching insane highs. I do believe it is one of the best meme coins to take a risk on ultimately. And I do know this coin will be doing very, very well in the future. Just as long as this world does not blow up and as long as we just don't go into World War III, this token should do fine. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy. Stay safe out there. You know, it sucks that the world operates this way, but there's nothing you and I can really, really do. And yeah, love you guys so much. We love Turbo, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
This week on
So what's up, Pip? You are right. This is probably going to be the last chance to get in at this level before things start to tick off again. So we got one little last video from Ro, and we're gonna call it a day. So happy Friday. Thanks for joining. Let's get to this last video and then shut it down.
That we are seeing in these markets right now. A lot of these sell-offs, guys, your bags are probably down, portfolios are looking shaky. Despite that, we are still holding Turbo. I'm still bullish on Turbo, and I'm still going to make these daily uploads. Listen, whether you like it or not, we've been covering Turbo, guys, for almost 14, 15 months straight now, and that is not going to stop just because the markets are down. It's times like this, guys, where you want to be accumulating. Listen, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Ro. I talk about crypto every single day here on this channel, guys. I upload 2 to 3 videos, even when the markets are rough. Even during days like this, you could expect 2 to 3 uploads right here on this channel. So if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Make sure you guys subscribe. We recently hit 15,000 subscribers. We gave away $1,500. Now at 20K, guys, we're going to be giving away $2,000. So make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. And with that being said, let's get into today's video, because honestly, guys, markets are rough right now. Might be the time to accumulate. So right off the bat here, we're taking a look. The price of Turbo in the last 24 hours is honestly pretty hammered, right? Down 12% in the last 24 hours. It just feels like, guys, we're not getting a break here. Just as it seemed like Ethereum was about to break out, boom, another world war talk just came up, right? I was very excited, guys, honestly, along with everyone else, right? That Ethereum was finally having its breakout, sitting at around 2,900 at a certain point, and now it's down like 8% in the last 24 hours. Every single time Ethereum is about to break into new all-time highs, there's some type of FUD, there's some type of macroeconomic factor, there's some type of war that, starts to happen, it starts spreading, and then we start dumping, right? Which kind of gets me concerned. It's just all just manipulation. I don't really know what's going on. To be completely honest with you guys, Turbo's price right now at 203668 in the last 7 days, down 11% as well. Again, guys, solid buying opportunity. That is, if you have dry powder sitting on the side. I know a lot of you probably like me. You guys probably have a very big bag, right? You're probably, majority of you guys might be down now. Our first initial buy entry for Turbo was at 304, 303 area. So we are still up. Haven't taken profit from that, but we did have a pretty hefty buy at the 208 range, right? So from that buy in, guys, along with maybe a lot of you, I'm down on that buy as well. However, that does not mean I'm selling, because I'm confident that when we do reverse, guys, when everything kind of settles down, when the storm kind of settles, Turbo is going to be one of the ones that run. Now, one of the biggest reasons as to why we need Ethereum to run is because Turbo, first of all, is built on Ethereum, right? It's an ERC20 meme coin. And if Ethereum doesn't run, guys, a lot of these projects aren't going to follow along either. You can see in the last month, Ethereum, right, almost broke into that echelon of 2,900. And then obviously the news came out that Israel attacked Iran. And then, guys, we dipped to 2,445 or 2,440, whatever. Now we're back up to 2,500. However, this isn't as significant. Um, one thing that is worth mentioning is that regardless of what price it's at, BlackRock scooped up some more Ethereum. They picked up 36,640, which is pretty crazy. While the market's panic, institutions are quietly stacking. Listen, guys, the big players, they're accumulating on Ethereum. One thing that they're doing is they're buying OTC, so it doesn't affect the price of it too much. From what I recall, I think they bought like hundreds of millions of dollars of Ethereum. Now, not that we have that type of money, but honestly, if institutions are accumulating ETH, then guys, why aren't we, right? That is my question to you. Now, here's the crazy part. You guys are able to front run some of these projects in the sense that you are able to buy into small market cap plays, which drop left, right, and center, especially on Base, on Solana. And we cover those projects over in the private calls, increase the price because of the, in terms of Turbo, listen, one thing I do want to tell the Turbo community, guys, is do not be shaken out, okay? It's times like this where you need to really have conviction in your place. It's easy to say you're bullish on a project when it's pumping. It's easy to say that, right? If Turbo breaks past a penny, it's easy to say I'm bullish on Turbo, but it's times like this where the true millionaires, or people who make six figures or millions of dollars, are actually made, right? It's people who are still shilling, still accumulating at these price points that are actually going to make it, because that shows me that you're not following the herd. You're not following everyone else. You're not waiting for buyers confirmation. You're not waiting for sellers confirmation. You are making moves against what the mainstream narrative is telling you to do. And that is genuinely how you make money in the market. When nobody else wants to buy, you guys are buying. When no one else wants to sell, you guys are selling. That's kind of how crypto works. Remember, guys, if you could take one thing away from this, is that crypto is PvP. It's a one-sum game, meaning there's one winner, there's one loser, right? So whenever you're buying a project, guys, that means somebody is deciding to sell a project. When you're selling crypto, that means somebody or selling turbo at, let's say, 10 cents. That means somebody's going to be buying at that price point because you think it's going to go higher. So keep that in mind. Keep market psychology in mind, guys. Keep the fear and greed index in mind, and just track everything that's happening in a global scale right now. If you don't want to do all that, then hey, just watch these videos, right? So as I was saying, Turbo, obviously, we weren't able to, or we were actually holding this 204 level very well. But again, guys, the best technical analysis isn't going to stand a chance when there's war talks, when Israel is sending, bombs to Iran. Nothing is going to, there's no technical or support area that's strong enough that's going to hold off against a dip from a crash, basically, right? Make sure you guys follow Turbo over on X so you stay up to date with the latest information, because honestly, guys, I could emphasize, I could try my best to tell you guys about Turbo and update you guys, but it's another to kind of get it straight from the team, especially when it comes to collaborations and partnerships they come out with, like the most recent Tangem wallet collab they came out with, which I think is pretty cool. If you guys do have a large amount of Turbo or crypto, make sure you guys go ahead and pick up a Tangem wallet, limited edition. 350 wallets were produced by Tangem. I think that's pretty cool. I think I actually had a link here, turbo.tangem, about 311 wallets or 283 wallets left, guys. This card absolutely looks sick. Basically, it's a cold wallet, cold storage. Remember, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. Just in 335 million liquidated from the crypto market in the past 60 minutes after Israel launches attacks on Iran. This is basically what happened. And again, no one could have seen this coming. No one could have prepared for it. We just have to kind of live with it. But if institutions are accumulating during this time, guys, what does that tell you? I am far from a TA expert, but I know a triangle when I see one, and I know breaking out of it would be crazy bullish. Keep your eye on the support at 2034. Bouncing off of that and breaking out would send us flying. I honestly absolutely agree. But the community is also still very bullish. I continue to hodl my turbo bag. For me, now is again a good time to buy more, and that's what I'm doing. Turbo has been good to me, so I'll return favor on holding. Buying fear will sell greed. This guy gets it. Absolutely smashed it. Maybe he watches my videos. Who knows? But Turbo fam, remember, Turbo is only going to go as high as you want it to go. One thing I do need to say is I'm only here to entertain and educate you guys. I love the Turbo community, which is why I continue to make daily updates.
So shout out to Ro. What up, Pip? Shame I already have a Tangent wallet. Otherwise, I would have picked up the turbo version. My friend, I'm right with you. I already have a Tangent wallet. I actually have two Thames wallets. Unfortunately, I picked up the Nacho one. This kind of fell apart. But I might get the turbo one just to hold. You can probably sell later when turbo takes off. But the good thing is, it is not actually minted yet. They're not gonna make them until Turbo gets enough people in the Tangent wallet to mint it. So I'm just trying to see if we can pull that number of minting up. There we go. Because they're actually, this is pre-order, so this is not actually them making it. This is a pre-order. It's weird. Oh, here we go. So looks like we're at 283. You only have a certain amount of time to get them before they start. They have to sell this 350 before they start making them. So somebody did mention it would be a good collector's item because there's only going to be 350. When Turbo takes off, a lot of people would want to get the wallets. But either way it go, thanks for like, sharing, subscribing, and super chats. Thanks for um, keeping us going and keeping us alive. And thanks for supporting the Toad and supporting your main man, BTM. And happy Friday and happy Father's Day for all the fathers out there. And also keep an eye out. We're probably gonna do a ZBEC video around what time is it? 2:30ish, 2 o'clock, somewhere in there. So keep an eye out for that if you guys are bullish on ZBEC. But as always, it's okay to be different and weird. Maybe you're not weird, everyone else is. And let's get back to the money, guys. And don't give up on Turbo, right? It's a Turbo turn up time. And as well, stay dangerous. Visit a pre-sale. I had one in the basket yesterday and thought I'd ship in a few days. Didn't go through with the purchase though. No, I'm definitely weird. Huh? I feel that, Pip. No, it's a pre-order. It literally says here. I thought I said something about you and self-custody. No, I saw it somewhere where they had, yeah, see, pre-order now. So you got to seal. I think these guys have to sell out before they start making them. Right? I know Tangent's kind of weird like that, but it does seem that you might have to pre-sale. But as always, let's get back to the money and stay dangerous. It's your main man BTM out. Happy Friday. And talk to you guys soon. Thanks for your support. Love you guys. And peace and hair grease. Miners out.